Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching the breakfast show, and as I said before, we'll be talking today about the Board of Peace in Gaza and the initiative by President Donald Trump about the recent developments at the Gaza peace plan after U.S. President Donald Trump announced concluding the formation of the Gaza Board of Peace, which he will be heading, and also which he described as the best board that has ever been formed, along with adding that he would announce the names of its members. And to shed more light on this topic, we are delighted to have with us Dr. Hassan Wageeh. He's Professor of International Relations. Thank you, Dr. Hassan, for joining us today.
Oh, thank you for having me. Good morning.
Good morning to you, sir. Already, Mr. President Donald Trump announced the formation and the names to be in the Board of Peace for Gaza, which is U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, also Trump's Special Envoy Steve Witkoff, former British Prime Minister Tony Blair, and Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, and it will be headed, of course, by President Donald Trump. Mr. Wageeh, tell us more about how do you view the formation of this Board of Peace?
Actually, in generally speaking, it is a very important development to go for the phase number 2 and to get everything in a direction of settling the Palestinian issue and the war in Gaza. So I think that all the parties involved, mediators and the direct parties, all agreed on the Donald Trump peace plan, which is composed of 20 points. And I think that we are witnessing now the beginning of phase number 2, and of course there is some form of administration to administer the situation. And actually it is all formed by technocrats, Palestinian technocrats, 15 members of technocrats, Palestinians, led by Deputy Minister Ali Shah, who is belonging to the PLO or Palestinian Authority. And also, but this will be reviewed, supervised by the board, led by Donald Trump himself.
Yeah. Dr. Wageeh, tell us more about the tasks or the main tasks this committee will be practicing.
Actually, as we have heard from Mr. Ali Shah, who is supposed to be a major actor in the Palestinian delegate that would be on the ground and managing the affairs, the daily affairs of Gaza. Yes, of course, there are many challenges, but we have now in the challenges, Israel really put the condition that Hamas should be demilitarized, and this is very contingent to their withdrawal and completion of the steps. So this is one of the major challenges. Of course, the aid needs to be much more, there should be much more influx of aid, because the situation is still very difficult in the Palestinian territory. Also, you have some people are named. There are some questions are unanswered, but again, let me say that if Ali Shah and the Palestinian technocratic actors did their job well, I think this is a very important development, because when I heard what Mr. Ali Shah said, he wants to have one unity connection between Gaza and the West Bank, which is very good stance, with one law, one arms, someone to be official Palestinians to be responsible for arming, for one law, for everything. And I think that is a very good direction in trying to pave the way for a Palestinian state, so we hope they will succeed in that.
Yeah. Dr. Wageeh, we've seen the Egyptian efforts since the start of the very early years of the start of the Palestinian crisis. Tell us more about the latest efforts in the formation of this committee, the Egyptian efforts.
Of course, Egypt from day one is playing a very major role.
Yes.
And very important role, very vital role. And I think this is very clear now through the message that was sent yesterday, very recently, by President Donald Trump, which he commended high the actions conducted by Egypt and the President Fattah al-Sisi in trying to get the whole thing settled from day one and to prevent more escalation and put some good lines that would pave the way for our agenda and the right agenda of having a Palestinian state. So I think the whole world is backing the Egyptian leadership in its stance, and the whole world is recognizing the great efforts exerted by the Egyptian leadership.
Yeah. Dr. Wageeh, will commencing the second phase the peace plan represent a step forward for a lasting peace, or it's just a time to step for preserving the temporary ceasefire?
Actually, we hope that it will be an important development that would go in the right direction. And this would be for the sake of everyone, by the way. But again, no one can deny, according to the implication of your question, yes, there could be some problematic issues. And there are two key problematic issues, actually. You have Hamas has previously refused to give up its weapons without the creation of an independent Palestinian state.
Yeah.
While Israel also has committed to fully withdrawing from Gaza if Hamas is to be demilitarized or disarmed.
Yeah.
So this one a challenge. The other one is that the ceasefire also is fragile. And we have seen since the beginning of phase one, 400 Palestinians were killed by strikes, Israeli attacks. So you have here these two things, fragility of the situation that needs everything to be crafted and implemented in a very important, you have to exert a great deal of effort actually, and to continue the Egyptian efforts to safeguard this phase two from collapsing and to get it onto the right path to get it achieved.
Yeah.
And I think that there are some good hopes. Let us hope for the best. But of course, there are some towering challenges or great challenges, call it.
Yes, of course. Mr. Wageeh, an international stabilization peacekeeping force will be deployed in Gaza. Tell us more about your expectations for, first of all, for the countries that would participate in that force, and also its main tasks on the ground in Gaza.
Actually, Hamas and all the factions agreed on these two things according to the agreement on the plan. And I think there are two wings here. Wing number one is the technocratic Palestinian governance body, and the other one is the international stabilization force. And I think that should be composed of, as we have already listened to some kind of, read some kind of report, it will be from the mediators along with elements from international committee. And you have seen here that they have already named a Bulgarian ambassador to be on the ground with them, who is supposed to be a special envoy to the UN, former special envoy to the UN. And I think that it will be composed of the stabilization force from several elements. And this, let us wait and see in what way it will be composed of, because we are still having lack of information and names. But I think in Davos, they said after 1 week now, names will be mentioned, some details will be addressed, because there are a lot of questions that are still unanswered.
Yeah. Dr. Wageeh, when should we expect the efforts of the early recovery and reconstruction of Gaza to begin?
Actually, according to Wageeh, Mr. Wageeh, the American mediator, he said that the three things should be there: disarming Hamas, rebuilding of Gaza, and aid, influx of aid. So I think that rebuilding of Gaza is on the agenda. And by the way, the Palestinian head of the delegate, Mr. Ali Shah, mentioned that he's an engineer, by the way, and he has some good experience in sustainable development. He mentioned something about rebuilding, in particular as an engineer. He said, I'd like very much to see the rebels and the rocks of the houses in Gaza to be thrown in the sea to make islands, so as we can gain more lands. So I think he has a plan, or he has ideas for a plan, and I think that it shows that rebuilding, but rebuilding, by the way, will take a great deal of time. They said about 15 years, 10 to 15 years. I hope it will be speeded up. There are also still the very important and vital point about finance. Finance is still to be discussed and to be located.
Of course. Dr. Wageeh, tell us more about the humanitarian situation now in Gaza. Is it getting better or getting worse?
Actually, it's still very needed, actually. The aid is very needed for the Palestinians. Egypt sent what it could send, and I think that the situation is very difficult, especially with the tough weather and the fragile tents over there for the Palestinian families, and they're living in destructed houses. So I think it is still very difficult, but again, it is when we have ceasefire and we have steps for implementation, let us hope for the best.
Yeah, and do we expect an international conference soon after this announcement?
I think, fully yes, and I think that there could be some good details, as they have already claimed in Davos in Switzerland. After 1 week from now, things will be clarified more. But Egypt has a plan for that. The president is ready to exert all efforts for speeding up the process of rebuilding of Gaza.
Do you have any clues about the Egyptian plan that you mentioned now?
Yes, I think that the President Fattah al-Sisi, from early in this crisis, mentioned a lot of details, and I mean, much of the people in Egypt here, the major companies are ready to go, and Egypt all the time is very ready. We have plans for that, and I hope this plan will find its way soon, inshallah.
Yes, so we hope so. Dr. Hassan Wageeh, Professor of International Relations, thank you very much for joining us today in Nile TV International.